can't hear me. We'll try this again. Check, take two. Hello again, and welcome to another Hyperion morning. I had to mute because I was clearing my throat there, and I forgot to turn it back on. It's early, what can I say? But it's never too early to have Michelle by my side. Good morning, sweetheart.
How you doing, my love?
I'm doing great because I'm with you. And I'm with them.
Yeah.
And everything is great. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to a Thursday. We're over the hump. We're on the downhill side. It's almost the weekend, right, Michelle?
I know. And it's kind of funny that we're both wearing the same hat this morning.
Matchy, matchy. Matchy, matchy, as we are,
rare.
as we do. Good morning, Donna. Good to see
Donna.
you here. Good morning. Good morning, Marianne. Happy to have you here. And Donna says, hello, Michelle. Yeah. She's so happy to get to see you here, as Michelle has been appearing much more often on the morning show. And that is good for everybody. Everybody wants to see Michelle. Me, you've had enough of me. You want that. And I can't blame you one little bit.
Oh, you're too funny.
So what are we talking about on this day? It is Thursday, July 31st, 2025, the last day of July. Where is the time going? What is going on?
I don't know. Are all the Christmas in July is going to be done now? And we're
moving
on the way to the real Christmas.
Well, now we move into Halloween because it's August.
That's true.
As you know, in Disney, it must be Halloween time if it's August. So next time we're going into spooky season here very soon. But not yet. Almost there. But yeah, the end of July. And I always think it's funny. I say it all the time, but yet it seems funny that we're always constantly amazed that time goes by. And it's like, wow, how is it already the end of July?
I know.
Yeah.
Just as kids, it seemed like so long till your next birthday or till the holidays. And here it's like, wow, already another holiday.
The year is flying by. Although I have to admit, this week, because we're going on vacation here very, very soon, it has been the longest week that I can remember. It feels like this week has been 3 weeks so far, and we're not to the end of it yet. So that's what vacation does. And then when we'll go on vacation, it'll be like, where did that vacation go? It flew by.
I know.
But that's okay, because it'll be vacation. It doesn't really matter. What are we talking about on this day? Well, how about this? We got a little tease yesterday of a brand new pass holder magnet coming soon for you Walt Disney World annual pass holders. Looks like, you got to believe from that teaser photo, that teaser artwork, that it's got to be something Finding Nemo. What do you think? Is it Dory? Is it Nemo? Is it Marlin? What do you think it's going to be, Michelle?
I'm thinking Dory, but I don't know why. When I saw the thing come up on my phone, the prompt, I thought, oh, Dory this time, maybe.
That would be my guess. I would guess Dory, maybe a combination of Dory and Nemo or something. But if they're going to do a single character, I would guess it's probably going to be Dory, especially with the mask there. Maybe Marlin could be. Maybe it's Dory and Marlin. I don't know, because they're the kind of the ones that discovered the mask. But if it would be my guess, I think Dory is such a fan favorite that that's probably where we're going there.
Either that or we're both wrong, and it's like Nemo.
We're completely wrong, and it's when somebody else. It's not even Finding Nemo. It's something completely different.
Right.
I doubt that. Marianne thinks it's Dory too. I agree. I think it's going to be Dory, but we'll see. We'll find out in the next few days, and we're always excited to get our pass holder magnet.
I know.
Silly little thing. We pay a lot of money, and these little magnets come out. We're like, can't wait to get our magnets. But it's great. We love it. And always interesting to find out what the next one will be for sure. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, not from the ocean, not from the water, but maybe on the streets, maybe in your backyard. It's National Mutt Day, celebrating those mutts in our lives. Like good old Tramp here is definitely a mutt. I'm a mutt in many ways. I'm very much a tramp. You're very much a lady. I'm very much a tramp. I'm also very much a mutt in real terms of that. I'm not just one, I'm not just like just German.
One culture.
Yeah. I have several different parts of me. Yes. Nationality. Thank you. It's too early. I cannot come up with these words. Nationality. I'm many things. I'm German. I'm Scottish. I'm Irish. I'm English. I'm a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Very much a mutt. I believe you are too.
Yeah.
You
exactly.
are too.
Yeah.
What are you primarily?
Canadian and obviously New Englander. Do we call that?
Yes. 100%. Marianne, I think, would agree with that.
Yeah. But also some Scottish.
Yeah.
And British. Yeah.
French Canadian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said Canada first.
I don't listen to her. I don't. No, that's, yeah. We are very much mutts, and most of us are. Most of us are. And today's day to celebrate mutts, but also the mutts dogs, which are amazing dogs. They have interesting characteristics from all the different breeds that they come from and combined into one usually beloved dog. And we love our mutts. So, especially mutts like Tramp.
Yeah, it's like all this kind of brings the strength together, right? You get a little bit of everything.
It brings all the best parts to light. Hopefully. Sometimes it brings a few minutes of things that are not as desirable, but usually, almost always, the best parts come to light for all our mutts, including we human mutts, for sure. This is something, talk about all the best parts, and maybe something that has to do with the annual pass holder magnets in a little way. Today is Lifeguard Appreciation Day. Man, do we appreciate our Disney lifeguards. I mean, all lifeguards. Thank you for being out there and keeping us safe, keeping our kids safe and everything when we go out and we have some fun. Right. But man, one of my favorite pastimes when we're at any Disney pool is just to sit and watch the lifeguards and how attentive they are and how they're always scanning and how they're trying to make sure that everybody in that pool is safe, right, Michelle?
Oh my God, it's so impressive. I mean, if you really pay attention, they're like counting the people over and over and over. I mean, they're just or doing different techniques to make sure they're really watching for everybody. It's the detail of what they're doing is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, all lifeguards do fantastic things and they've saved so many lives and they help keep us safe. But man, just watch Disney lifeguards sometimes, the way they're trained and what they actually do. I mean, they also bring fun to the, they're out there and they'll have some fun, but they really work very hard to keep us safe. And they're constantly working. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. I'm a pretty good swimmer in that regard. At least when I was younger, I might have been able to be a pretty good lifeguard. I don't know if I could, if I have the attention span that they have to keep track of all of these kids, all these adults. And that's some work. I mean, the kids, they're running around, they're splashing around and they're trying to keep track of them. So yes, on Lifeguard Appreciation Day, we appreciate you so very much. So thank you very much.
Yeah. If you're at the parks or on the beach with a community lifeguard, be sure to thank them too.
Yep, completely, 100%. And you have to pass a lot of tough tests to become a lifeguard, not just a Disney lifeguard, any lifeguard. You have to pay some tough tests. So they put in the work for sure, for sure. What else? Well, maybe before you go swimming. Well, I know you're not supposed to eat before you go swimming, although I think that's a little bit of a myth. How about a little breakfast? How about a little shredded wheat? I don't know about you, Michelle. Are you a shredded wheat fan?
I used to be. Really? That was my breakfast every day for a while. I don't know why. Just my taste buds for a time period just craved it in the mornings, and I enjoyed it.
I've never been a shredded wheat person. I don't completely dislike it, but it's never impacted me. These are, of course, shredded mini wheats. The big shredded wheats are like these big chunky things. You like drop two up in your bowl, pour milk over, and you kind of break them up. Those are the real shredded wheats. These are more the palatable mini. Oh, okay. Well, that would explain it, Marianne. It's a New England thing.
Yeah, my mother used to try it in the morning, and that's what she would give us, the big ones,
the
giant ones. And not as a kid, it was like, oh, where's something sweet?
I think I need to go to like
Lucky Charms.
I think the only way I'm going to have them is if I have the really bad ones for you, the frosted mini wheats or whatever, but I wouldn't. It's shredded wheat. It's not the way I'm going to start my day, but they are very good for you, very healthy for you, very great way to start your day. So if you like them, today's your day to enjoy some shredded wheat. How about this instead for breakfast? This is something I will have for breakfast instead, or any time of the day. Avocados. It's National Avocado Day, and yes, we love our avocados, right, Michelle?
We do. I especially love the guacamole you make. It's very natural and fresh tasting, and it's delicious.
We love our avocados we will put avocados on virtually everything. And, they are very good for you. Avocados, yes, they're fatty, but it's good fat. It's actually very heart healthy fat. It helps with cholesterol. It helps lower the bad cholesterol, raise the good cholesterol. Lots of vitamins in avocados, and they're tasty as heck. Really, really good. I do love a good avocado for sure. Do you know how to find the best avocados, Michelle? You've been doing a good job recently.
Oh,
So I
thank
think
you.
you do.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the color, and the texture of it to see, because depending on when you're buying it, are you going to use it right away or
Mhm.
down the road? And so that's, I think, where some of the trickiness is. But like in your picture there, if you can see the color, the outer skin, when it's starting to turn a little darker,
Mhm.
you're getting closer to the.
Yeah, it's hard to judge really on the outer skin. Sometimes, especially if it's different types of avocados.
Mhm,
These are Haas avocados, which are, in my opinion, the best
mhm.
avocados. But there are other brands of avocados as well. The best way to test them is just to give them
Yeah,
a
that
little light
texture.
squeeze. They should give slightly, not too much. If they don't give it all, and also like Michelle mentioned, it depends on when you're going to use them. If you're planning on using them days down the road, then you want them a little firmer because they'll ripen up pretty quickly.
Mhm.
But if you are planning on using them either that day or within the next
Right.
day, then you want them to give just slightly. If they give too much, you either better hurry to use them or they're already no good.
Right,
So
right.
don't even bother with those unless you're for sure going to use them. If they give a bit more than you normally, you can kind of sometimes take the stem off and see if they're still green in there. If it's green
Mm,
in there, then it might still be good. But again, it also depends on how you're going to use them. If you're using them and you are going to cream them up on some avocado toast or in a
right,
guacamole, then they can give a little more. But if you want to firmer for something mixed into something
right,
like a salsa or
right.
something else, then maybe you want it to be a little firmer. But yeah, it's there. It can be a little tricky.
Mhm.
But once you've gotten used to trying to find your right avocado, you kind of get the
Right.
literal feel of it.
Yeah.
And Michelle's doing a great job. She's got some really great avocados recently. We had some really good batch just the other day that I made
Yeah. That was
guacamole from.
awesome.
Yeah, for sure. What else? Well, maybe you put a little avocado on your chili dog today because today is National Chili Dog Day. You like a
Yeah.
chili dog,
I
Michelle?
do. I do. It's not my favorite, but I do like it. What about you?
I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite thing. I agree with you, but it's not bad, But I do like the combination of flavors there. Sometimes you can get a great chili dog with Walt's chili on there.
Mhm.
Casey's Corner is a great place to get a chili dog for sure. Oh, Donna, you have an avocado tree. I wish we had an
Nice.
avocado tree. I do love fresh. Of course, the
Mhm.
problem with when you have an avocado tree is sometimes you get so many avocados that you're bringing it to work, you're passing them around to your friends, which is good and bad.
Right.
But you're like, I got to do something because all these avocados are just going to rot if I don't. But I do wish sometimes we have an
Yeah,
avocado
I do
tree.
too.
Yep. But yeah, chili dog. Yeah. Again, definitely not super healthy for you, but everything in moderation.
Yes.
A good chili dog, pretty good, but messy. Messy. Chili dogs are messy, but delicious. And then after you've had all that food, you might want to top it off with
Mm.
something sweet. Today is National Raspberry Cake Day, which, yes, we're sweet, refreshing. I love raspberries. I love
Yeah.
that flavor. I'm on board with a little piece of raspberry cake, right, Michelle?
Oh yeah. And man, that cake there, you got a picture of something really yummy
It
looking.
looks good, right? Don't you want to eat
Yeah.
that right now?
Yeah, that was some coffee.
I think that's breakfast right there. Forget the
Right.
shredded wheat.
I know. You
Slice
got your fruit.
of raspberry. It's good for you. It's like breakfast on a plate. It's flour, it's probably some eggs, nothing in there. You got some wheat, you got some berries. It's all good. It's health food.
Yes.
Really. It's
Yes.
health food. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
He didn't get a raspberry cake, but he got a different type of cake. Happy birthday to Harry Potter today. It's Harry
Wow.
Potter's birthday. You may remember if you're fans of the Harry Potter films like us. It was back on this day. I think it was, well, I mean, I don't know what year it was technically in the books. I think it was 2001 when we got the movie.
Mhm.
But this day, it was when Harry Potter turned 11 and Hagrid gave him the cake
Wow.
and told him he was going to Hogwarts for the very first time. But yeah, July 31st is technically Harry Potter's birthday.
Wow. It's kind of funny. Scott and I were just watching that first episode of Harry Potter yesterday.
Yeah, it kind of, it's like you knew.
And we
You
did.
knew.
We
You
had
had
a
to celebrate.
sense.
You did
Yes.
a little early celebration of Harry
Right.
Potter's birthday for sure. So that's a fictional character's birthday. There are some legitimate birthdays out there. If it's your birthday again on July 31st, happy birthday to you. Here are some of the fantastic people that you celebrate your birthday with. How about, hey, he is a very smart man, a very great businessman. You know him from Shark Tank. Maybe you know him as an owner of the Dallas Mavericks. Mark Cuban
Mhm.
turned 67 today, born on this day in 1958. He made most of his money off of a couple of computer programs, including the app broadcast.com, which I remember using way back in the day when I was in radio. We used it a lot because we were always trying to get different feeds of sporting events across the country, and to be able to cut highlights from and use them, for our sports updates and different parts of different sports shows, because I worked in sports radio. And so broadcast.com was one of those first places where we could go online back. That's how old I am. When we could first go online and find some of these broadcasts from around the country and get some pretty good, clean broadcast style, highlights to run. And that was, he eventually, he built that company up and sold it. And that's part of the reason how he made so much money. He made much more money since then. But then he went on, of course, to be one of the hosts of Shark Tank from 2012, I believe it was, just up until this very last season was his last season there. But we did enjoy him on Shark Tank.
Yeah. And actually, it was a very touching moment at the end of the season when they were kind of, saying farewell and thank you for all he did on the show. It was actually very touching. It was
very nice. Yeah. He added a lot to that show for sure. He wasn't there the first season. He was added on a couple seasons later. But he definitely had an impact on Shark Tank. By the way, good morning, Laquan. Good to see you over there on Instagram. Happy Thursday to you as well. Also, having a birthday today, he's Blade. Wesley Snipes turned 63 today, born on this day in 1962. He's been in many, many films, many, many television shows, going back all the way to Major League, where he was Willie Mays Hayes in that. He was really funny in that. He was in White Men Can't Jump, which Michelle has seen for the first time just a few months ago. Of course, like I said, he was a Marvel superhero in Blade, reprising that role recently. Spoiler alert to Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. He showed up in that as well. Had a few legal problems, little tax issues, but he's kind of overcome that and now starting to make a little bit of return, as we just talked about, into films.
That's cool.
Yeah. Good for him. And finally, last but definitely not least, happy birthday to Ryan Howard from The Office. BJ Novak, he turns 46 today, born on this day in 1979. We will always know him as Ryan in The Office because we love The Office. The temp. He was amazing in that role. He was also a writer on that show. One of the key writers of that show, wrote so many of the episodes, but also played an amazing part of that series. He was also in a few other television shows and movies. He was in Inglourious Bastards. And for a little Disney tie, he played Robert Sherman of the Sherman Brothers in Saving Mr. Banks. So, yeah, love BJ Novak. He is so great and so talented and very smart guy.
Yeah, like you said, super talented. I mean, he's not stuck into one type of role. But the fact that he was writing and performing on that show was pretty interesting. And I know we listened to the podcast.
The Office Ladies podcast is one of our favorites,
and it's really interesting when they're explaining all that. But all that he did for that show was really impressive.
Yeah, several of the actors that are on that show are also writers on the show. It was really interesting. It's really interesting to see how they kind of worked in it and how well it worked because of the fact that the writers were actually part of the cast. And so they can bounce things off one another. And because they knew what everything was going on there, they can basically, they can empathize with the actors there and kind of work together to make the show as best as possible. So one of the many, many reasons why we love that show so very much. And it's one of Scott's favorites as well. Yeah. All right, shameless self-promotion time before we get out of here. Yes, we do have a new episode dropping this Sunday. As a matter of fact, we've already recorded it because we have a lot of stuff to do before we get ready for our vacation. And it's another in our If You Know, You Know series, because if you know,
you know.
Right. This time we're talking all about Disney transportation. Right, Michelle?
Oh, yeah. It's, one of those things that you might not really focus on. It's behind the scenes, but it's a player in the whole storytelling experience for the guests.
Right. You think of it just a way to get to and from the parks or whatever, but it's still, it's something that actually adds to your vacation. And you may not think about it, but if you know, yes, that how amazing Disney transportation is. And we talk a lot about that. And that's coming this Sunday. So very excited for you to hear that because we're loving this If You Know, You
You
Know
know.
series, because Michelle created it. So, it's great. All right. Going to get out of here. Everybody have an amazing Thursday. Have an amazing last day of July. You got this. We're almost to the weekend, right, Michelle?
Yeah, it's exciting.
It is exciting.
I hope you all have some fun plans for your weekend, and that we'll all celebrate together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as we like to say every single day, please, please, please keep on sharing that kindness, keep on sharing those smiles, and of course, keep on sharing that positivity. I'll be back, and I think Michelle will be back tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. ish, to do all those things with you once again. Until that time, everybody, have a magical day.
Bye.
We'll see you tomorrow.